And what people really say here, if you're losing your jobs and homes in foreclosure and can't pay tuition for your children, where do you go? These workers' backs are against the wall.
What do you say to these people? If Mike's able to spin around, you look at this large group of people that are trying to gain access here today to the chamber. They want to hear what's going on. They feel that this bill is being ran. What do you say to these people?
There's not much of a debate. The reality is that the people here, democracy at best is deliberative. This is ramming through. And people are reacting to it because the idea that they're using budget deficits as a pretext. $810 million was to come to this state from the stimulus budget. The money was turned away. He gave a huge tax cut and a job cut. So people do not believe what they're hearing. And
but some would say, Reverend, that they control the House. They won an election. They control the House. They control the Senate. And they have the governor's office. I mean, that's what happened with health care. Some would suggest that there's a parallel there.
Well, it's democratic tyranny when the people's real needs are not taken into account. But what does this mean in Milwaukee, for example, when you have a $900 million cut in education, K through 12? What does it mean you try to privatize University of Wisconsin at Madison? What does it mean when you try to use this kind of power to privatize state assets and then sell them off to people without the deliberative process? So there's something here that even collective bargaining, the content is as critical as a collective bargaining.
Last question. Some people have suggested perhaps a general strike if this bill is to pass, and it may today. Would you support that?
Well, I do not know the context of that call. I do know there is a big election here April the 5th. And people do have the right to vote, to revote, and to recall in a big election. April 5th is not very long from here. So many of those who didn't vote in November are inspired to vote now. And so April 5th could very well be a political showdown then. So long as these demonstrations remain disciplined, non-violent, persistent, they will ultimately prevail because they're morally right.
And they have been so far, absolutely. Reverend Jackson, always appreciate